How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? I figured I would got some time sitting around here. I ain't doing a whole lot, so I figured I'd maybe show you all some pictures of some of the old trucks that we've had over the years that my brothers drove, my dad drove, my uncle, even grandpa, old Papa. Yeah, he passed away in 2007. But he had Papa had this old I believe it was a Freightliner. I believe it was a Freightliner right there. The white one with the red stripes pulling that flatbed. Back then they had like a 38 foot, I believe. He had some steel pipe on. But yeah, he had the wheels painted red. Shit, boy, Papa was like a big baller, boy. Showboating, boy, with the red wheels and the chrome caps. He didn't mess around. But yeah, he had several trucks. He had I think he had a GMC Jimmy with a 318 in it, maybe. I forget what this Freightliner had in it. I think this Freightliner had a 350 Cummins, I want to say. Don't quote me on that, but yeah. And the green truck up there is one of my dad's first trucks he bought, and my brother drove it. That picture's from like 1990. 91. That was an 83 cab over Freightliner with a 3406 A mod on it. That had an A model, 400 A model. That's back when them motors put 400 to the ground, probably, or more. Little stacks on it, 13 over. I think it had like 390 rears in it. That was a nice truck. My brother pulled a flatbed, a covered wagon. He had it all cleaned up there pretty nice. Yeah. Man, he was skinny back then. Of course, I guess I was too. But yeah, that's Pop's 83 Freightliner he had bought. That's one of the first trucks he put a driver in. That wasn't not his first truck, but that was one of the first trucks he bought. Got a good deal on it. Had the motor rebuilt. The guy here in Orlando built it up basically took it out of frame, rebuild, and made it jam up, boy. Made it really, it would walk and talk. But I believe that's a picture of Papa's flatbed there. Back in the day, that's way old there. Daddy's got a load of pipe on. Looks like, yeah, some kind of pipe there. Yeah, that's an old picture there. I'm not even sure what year that's from. I can't even tell what I would have to ask my dad what was that truck he was driving there. But yeah, yeah, we've had some trucks, old trucks, classic trucks over the years, some nice ones. There's the green Freightliner out there working on a job site there. Got some double T's on there, concrete double T's. That was a big job, I think, down in like maybe down there by Cocoa Beach, maybe South Florida somewhere, going towards Vero maybe. They were, might have been part of the expansion of the 417 or maybe the 528 or something back then. But yeah, there's the old 4 headlight there, 83. That was a nice truck, boy. And that's they were pulled over on the side of the road, probably just checking something out, checking a change or something there. On some double T's. There's the covered wagon. We repainted that truck maroon, kind of like a candy apple. My dad he went and bought a new Cadillac down the street, and he asked the guy, he said, "Damn, what's the color? What do you call that color over there? The car next to the one I'm buying." And the guy gave the paint code. My dad went and got the paint code and painted the Freightliner the same color. And then they painted the sides on it. That's back when they had the old wood sides there. Covered wagon, polished wheels. That's an old steel treader. So it was an old utility steel 48102. That's a nice trailer though. A little bit on the heavy side, but with a cab over, ain't too bad. My brother used to haul watermelons up, bring some coils back, or some channels or something, some plate steel or something maybe. If he couldn't get watermelon, sometimes he'd tear it down and haul roofing material, double stacked or whatever he can, decent load up and then bring a good load back. Watermelons paid good. They load them on the floor back then, and then they bend them up. Now they just bend them up. But here's a W9. They sold that truck. Sold the cab, or actually traded it. But about the same time they traded it, a guy had called my dad, and my dad said, well, you better hurry up down here. He said, I just traded it. I didn't know you wanted it. And he said, oh, I'm coming down there. He bought it. He ran that. That guy ran that truck for probably 7 years after my dad sold it to him, or he bought it off the dealer. But they got that W9 right there. That was a 92 W900L model with the Aerodyne. Had a 3406C in it. 435. They just had, basically it was a B model motor, and they put the upgraded bearings in it. I believe is what the bottom end was, a little beefier bottom end, better bearings, and they painted the sides on that trailer silver. I remember helping them with that. We painted the sides silver. That's a good looking truck, though, boy. That truck would move out too. That truck had West Coast gears, 336s, I believe, with a 15 over, had the deep reduction on the dash. Yeah. You guys gotta excuse me. I got kind of cold Sunday, a little cold, so I'm trying to get rid of this, man, so I can get back on the road. But there's my uncle's 359. He's from Ohio. He still lives up there. It's a 77 right there. He put a lot of money in that truck. He had I think redid the paint on it. It came with a 8V71. No, 8V92. 8V92, silver 92 V8 Detroit, and it went out on him. So he put he said, he said, I'm gonna go with what I think, be better. And he put a 4 1/4 cat 3406B in it, and he stretched it out a little bit. Had a small sleeper on there. Had like a 36-inch sleeper on there. He put that 60 on there. And that thing was flawless, boy, from the front to the back. That truck was flawless. I mean, the frame and everything, man. He had it all powder coated. He had it double framed. It had a 13 over in it. Yeah, it's a real nice truck, man. 77 359. This little Farmer's Oil truck, I believe. Farmer's Oil, they delivered oil. I believe they delivered oil, gas, and diesel fuel, I want to say, up around the Ohio area. For years, he bought it off a dealer. I think they took it in on trade, and he had it for a while. He sold it to some guy. He actually traded it. The guy had a real nice 95 377, like brand new condition, low miles on it. It had a Detroit in it, like a 450 when they first, one of the older Detroits. And he made a deal. The guy wanted the truck, and he made some kind of deal with him, and he got a real nice mint condition 377 Pete. He ran that for a long time too, and then he bought a couple other trucks, ran local, just within maybe 100 miles or something there, up there around Youngstown, and now he just works for a guy, helps him out, and does a few things on the side. Really, he's just taking it easy. But here's my dad's truck. He had got out of the tire business. He was in the tire business for probably like 25 years, and he big truck tires and everything. And he got he bought a real nice cab over K100 four light truck right here, and it was an 81 K100 with a 400 big cam Cummins, and a 13 over. I believe this picture's back in, like, I want to say this is maybe like 95, 94. Yeah, my uncle found the truck for him. It was a local truck, just ran around like Ohio, and but it had like 411 gears in it. That's the only problem he didn't like about it. But it hit them hills by the end go, man. You drop a couple, you drop a couple holes or whatever, one hole, man, 2 holes, and she pulled good too. It was a good, strong truck. He fixed it up he had that custom paint job put on, I believe, right when he bought the truck. He did a bunch of little work to it, had it all detailed up, put the bumper on, and had that paint job there. Had some new seats maybe put in it, new lights or some extra lights and everything. That was a real nice truck. He sold it to some guy. I think that guy was on Landstar. He was he wanted to go over the road or something, or he had drove for another company or something, and he bought this truck and put it on Landstar, and he called my dad a little bit after and asked him a couple questions about something. But he said, "Oh yeah," he said, "the truck's running good." He said, "Man, shit, I'm doing good with it." Yeah, and Pop's little collection of super trucks, boy, he liked them. He used to every time he get a weight ticket, he'd bring them home. All the little old people's old classic trucks and stuff guys have all fixed up real nice from all over the country. W900A model there, boy. You can tell that's got that hood on it, boy. Big old hood and a little sleeper. That's the way it was back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, here's one of my favorite trucks. We called this one Orange. It was kind of like a orangey red color. It was a 95 WIA Volvo. WIA, not the TTS, but a WIT mid-roof. But my dad bought it off of a guy up in Zellwood, Florida. He bought it off a guy. A guy had some health problems. He was on Heartland, maybe Landstar or something. But real clean truck, inside and out. I mean, for a 95, you won't find a truck that's straighter than that. All the way down the steps, the full fairings. I mean, it was like immaculate. But he was right in the middle of rebuilding the N14 red top on it. And my dad said, okay. He says, hey, it's sold. I'll buy it off you. And he said, all right, give me about a week. I'll be, a few days. He said, I'll have it all ready for you. And he rebuilt the motor, and we had it all detailed up. Guy in Orlando polished the wheels, and we put a new stack up there. And it was just, man, the truck was just awesome. It was so clean, Ran good, had a 13 over in it, 390 rears, I believe. But that was a 95 Volvo. And yeah, I missed that truck. I had that truck, all over the country. And my brother drove it for a while. My dad drove it. But yeah, you probably have a hard time finding a cleaner Volvo WIA 1995. I got a picture somewhere where I put a chrome bumper on, a stainless chrome bumper with some extra lights. I got a picture somewhere out here. I might better find it, but yeah, the old WIA, boy, orange. We called it Orange. Sweet truck. She pulled good for an N14 435 red top. There's some more these super trucks. You get them on the back of your scale ticket. I think they still do that. I mean, I hardly even weigh much, really, man, with these lighter loads, I just look at that suspension gauge. I put that tandem on the back of the trailer right where it needs to be. Unless I get up there around that 43,000 or something, 44, I ain't worried about it, if it's loaded right. You just gotta eyeball it. There's some more of those super trucks. And I think I got a few pictures here too. Here's a picture of my my Volvo. I had a 2007 Volvo VNL 64 670. 670 there, real clean. I put a lot of money in that truck. A lot of little things, nothing major, but I had put like 8 new Bridgestones on it, all new shocks. It came with steel wheels on the inside. I put 4 on the outside, put the other ones on the inside. It was an old, what's that company there? Black and White. They hold a lot of flatbed stuff, but I forget. It was one of their trucks. Bought it off a dealer, and it had a 435 ISX Cummins in it, purred like a kitten. I sold it, had 950 on it. Everybody said you were stupid. Yeah, I probably was. I I got like 18,000 for it. It had 2 leather seats in it, immaculate. Everything was replaced on it. Alternator, starter, water pump, radiator. I put a new fifth wheel on it. I didn't rebuild it. I just went in and bought a new one. These guys rebuild them. That's fine if that works for you, but I just wanted to be straight. I wanted to be 100% when I went up the road. I didn't want to, if I got pulled over for a DOT inspection, you'd have a hard time finding something wrong with my truck. You know what I'm saying? Not bragging, but you would. And no oil leaks, no air leaks on that truck. I mean, that truck was tip top. I just got a big idea about buying a new Pete. I sold it for 18 grand. Bought a new Pete. And yeah, should have kept her, man. She was sweet. Had a 10 over in it. 355s with a ISX Cummins. That was a nice truck. Yes, sir. And here's the Pete I had bought. Put some money down on it and bought the Pete. Black Peterbilt 389. Extended hood. Had a 72, and they called it a 72-inch bunk. It was bigger than the 63. One guy tried to tell me, it's just a 63. I said, well, okay, if it's a 63, it's an awful big 63, my friend. I said, I've driven trucks with 63-inch Unibilts, and they just don't say Unibilt on them no more. I don't know if they brought that back, but they stopped putting Unibilt on them, Ultra Cab. But it was big. It was a big sleeper, 72-inch. I mean, it was way more when I'm a little more than I'm used to. That's my 2010 reefer right there I had. It wasn't a scratch or a ding or dent on that trailer. I bought that trailer. It was small fleet, had about 8 trucks. I think he sold out. Him and his wife didn't want to do it no more. So the trailer company bought him back off him. And we had a Carrier 20, what do they call that? 2100A. And had all aluminum wheels on. I put 8 brand new tires on it. We had all stainless back all the way to the bottom. Stainless bottom. Clean as you'll find, boy. The wall was inside, the floor. I mean, yeah, that trailer was sweet. I traded it for a brand new one because we had a little damage on the roof. Got snagged somewhere. They said I could go underneath there. Well, I guess one part of it was hanging down or something. It snagged the top of the roof there a little bit. Not much, maybe about 2 or 3 feet, but it opened it up inside. Man, I was devastated that day. I was so pissed off. Guy told me, hey, so you can go underneath that bridge. You're all right. Stay to the left. Okay, well, you get about halfway through. Boom. Out of nowhere. Something was hanging or something. It was old bridge on Pennsylvania. So, yeah, it happens. Shit happens. What are you going to do? But, yeah, so I got a 16. He said, well, yeah, come on down. He said, I give him the insurance check. Got a 16 with a precedent on it. That was a nice trailer, too. But long story short, we don't have the Pete no more. That's a totally different story. I won't get into all that. But, yeah, that was the Pete right there. She was a pretty sweet truck. Had ISX Cummins in it, 13 over. I kept her pretty nice. Had it all polished up one time. Looked pretty darn good. I mean, it's a nice truck. I've driven a lot of extended hood truck, Pete's 379s, but never owned one, so it was pretty good times. Good times. I had that truck for 2 years, and there's a 75 Chrome Shop right there. 75 Truck Service. Y'all probably know about that. Most of you guys that come down to Florida, you guys will know about that. That's the back of the trailer right there. 2010. Yeah. That thing was like immaculate, man. Didn't have a ding or dent on it. Yeah. I thought I had some pictures of my dad's Classic. I got small ones, man. Sorry about that. I thought I had some big ones there. But like my dad's Classic, he had a real mint condition Classic. Yeah, he had a 2000. He bought it in 2006. A Classic 132 XL. Had a 500 Detroit with a 13 in it. It's at the bottom right there. I don't know where the big pictures are. I thought I had some. They're somewhere around here. But yeah, he had Classic XL, 70-inch condo. Truck was immaculate inside. Bought it off of Penske. It was a Penske truck, but one company used it for the whole time. Local company in Orlando. and only had a couple drivers in it. It had a rosewood dash. Dad put 2 leather seats in it. It was clean as a pin, boy, inside and out. Dietrich had about 1,400,000 on it, and started using a little oil, but I still ran good. But that's about the time he said, he said, I'm 73 years old. He said, that's it. So my brother went to work for a guy, and I'm working for a guy now. Good company, and I had a little 95 Great Dane, boy. Clean treader for a 95. I mean, it's a little heavy now. Them insulated panels in there, they get water soaked and waterlogged over the years, but I mean, it was clean. It basically needed a new floor. He had to repair it a few times, but it was a clean trailer, man. It was good. It had a Super 2 on it, and hauled a lot of produce with it, boy. We hauled a lot of produce with that trailer. My dad, he says to this day, he said that old 95 reefer made more money than any trailer he's ever had in his life. Yeah, yep. That's the inside right there. You can see it good. That's the rosewood dash and leather seats up top there at the very top. Sorry about the pictures. You can't, I'm trying to give you the best shot I can, but it's all good. I just figured I would take the time to show you some of our trucks over the years that we've had, and it's like third generation truck driving. We even got a little classic on the desk. Little classic. I bought that for my dad. Flatbed hauler there. A little model, maroon. Yeah, it's a sweet color. Sweet color. I love that maroon. Yeah, this picture here is like there's my Surrey Motors in Youngstown, Ohio. Surrey Motors in, is that Youngstown? Like Warren, Ohio, right around there. But my uncle bought a brand new Jimmy day cab. He was going to run around local, and that's him, my dad, and my grandfather, I think. Or maybe just my dad and my uncle, and my brother's on top. The little dude on the hood right there, that's my brother. Back in like, probably like 70, 72 maybe. Cerny Motors there, yep. Anybody knows trucking, anybody knows internationals, you'll know Cerny's. You'll definitely know Cerny's Motors there. They're up there. They got a big place up by the truck stops on, was it 80? 76 and 80 right there? 80, but yeah. Yeah, back in the day, boy, that's for sure. Yep. Well, I just want to show you guys that. I hope you guys hope you enjoy the video. Maybe you'll see bring back some memories of some old trucks, that you used to drive or you owned or whatever the case may be. But yep, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. God bless everybody. Stay safe out on the road.